जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। देयर लॉर्डशिप श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा माधव श्री श्री गौर हरि की जय। बृहद मृदंग ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय, ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, हरिवासर तिथि महामहोत्सव की, हरिवासर तिथि महामहोत्सव की, हरिवासर तिथि पालनकारी भक्त वृंद की, भीष्म पंचक प्रारंभम की जय। निताई गौड़ प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 बोल। All glories to all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki. Speaker.
Yeah. I don't have to log in. When they speak, I can't hear. I think I can't hear. Jai Radha Madhava कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना, यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे। जय राधा माधव, राधा माधव श्री राधे। जय गौरा हरि, गौरा हरि, गौरा हरि, जय गौरा हरि। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय गुरुदेव। गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तां सुजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शुश्रूषददानस्य वासुदेवकथारुचि स्यान्महत्सेवया विप्रा पुण्यतीर्थनिषेवनात्। शृण्वत स्वकता कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्थो ह्यभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सुतां। नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। तदा रजस्तमो भाव काम लोभादयश्च ये चेतयेतेरनाविद्धं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति। एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तसङ्गस्य जायते। विद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिश्छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते Chapter 9. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Okay, Mataji, one of you, and then Prabhu. Rishim Dhyam na badnati Svam rajo gunaha Yanmanomai nirbaddham Prajasam srijatopite. Prabhu. Okay. Rishim, unto the sage, unto the great sage. Adyam, the first of the kind. Na, never. Badnati, encroaches. Papiyan, vicious. Tvam, you. Mine, where is it? Rajaha gunaha, the material mode of passion. Yat, because, manaha, mind, mayi, in me, nirbaddham, compact in, prajaha, progeny, samsrijataha, generating, api, in spite of, te, your. So translation, you are the original Rishi, and because your mind is always fixed on me, even though you will be engaged in generating various progeny, the vicious mode of passion will never encroach upon you. So this is a series of verses that are spoken by the Lord to Lord Brahma. So it's like a promise, sounds like, from Krishna. We'll read the purport as well. Purport. The same assurance is given to Brahma in the second canto, chapter 9, verse 36. Being so favored by the Lord, Brahma's schemes and plans are all infallible. If sometimes Brahma is seen to be bewildered, as in the 10th canto, he is bewildered by seeing the action of internal potency. That's also for his further advancement in transcendental service. Arjuna is found to be similarly bewildered. All such bewilderment of pure devotees of the Lord is specifically meant for their further advancement in knowledge of the Lord. So again, translation, Krishna says, you are the original Rishi. Because your mind is always fixed on me, even though you will be engaged in generating various progeny, the vicious mode of passion will never encroach upon you. So, this verse pretty much is like an assurance given by Krishna for those who fix their minds and lives on him. So he's giving a promise, he's giving a benediction, and he's giving a blessing. So we are seeing Krishna's words here. And our Acharya is also right. The translation of Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he gives, this is the translation he gives. Since your mind will be absorbed in me, though you will create offspring, you, a great sage, will not be found in or will not be bound by Rajoguna. So modes of nature binds us. We always hear this in Bhagavad Gita, right? It binds us. But here, when one is fixed in Krishna's lotus feet, the bondage doesn't happen. And interestingly, Brahma says this also in, I wrote the verse number, yeah. So here, in 2nd Canto 9, chapter 37, this promise is given by Krishna, that time also. There, Krishna says, following my instructions in detail. So, not just your own accord and whatever. What I say to the detail, following my instructions to detail, with extreme concentration, you will not be bewildered at any time during your lifetime and its subdivisions. So the entire lifetime and its subdivisions, you will not be bewildered if you follow my instructions in detail with concentration. Those are, like the qualifiers we hear. Like how he says even in 7th chapter, 1st verse, he gives qualifiers for hearing. How should the hearing be? Tashrunu. How you should do tashrunu? You have to fix your mind on me. You have to have faith in me. And then if you hear with faith and your mind absorbed in me, then you will know me without any doubt. And then the following verse, it says, you will not have anything else left to know. So there is always, yes, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, all these 9 processes. But here Krishna is giving a qualifier. When we say, to describe the beauty, we may say an adjective, like this incredibly beautiful or something like that. Krishna says you have to be extremely concentrated, you have to put your full focus. So here Krishna is giving the qualifier that because your mind, so your mind always fixed on me, even if you do the so-called worldly things, you will not be bewildered. So it's for us actually, it's very nice. And Lord Brahma also tells to Narada in 2nd Canto, he says, O Narada, because that exchange in 9th chapter of 2nd Canto is very beautiful. Narada Muni asks, are you the Supreme? And are you the one who is creating this and then winding down like a spider web? Are you the, who is the substance behind this? He asks all these questions. Then Narada Muni, Brahma responds, and when Lord Brahma responds, he says, O Narada, my words are never false. It sounds like a proud statement, right? My words are never false. The working of the mind, or his mind basically, is never false. He says, my senses do not fail or do not fall in the wrong path. This is because I hold the Lord in my heart with great zeal. He is saying, he is confidently saying that my senses, my mind, and my words, Tad Vag Visarga, the whole 3 things, right? Mind, words, and speech. Mind, speech, and senses. Everything is, they will never prove false. They're infallible. Basically, he's saying I'm infallible because I'm connected to the infallible. It's not my own merit, I'm connected to him. I hold him in my heart with great zeal. Zeal is a word that is used for motivating people, just come up, like, come on, just show your zeal, just give yourself completely. Zeal is like extreme energy put into something, right? Like full attention put into something. So he say, I'm holding the Lord in my heart with great zeal. So this also reminds us of how Prabhupada, we have heard always that this particular darshan, Prabhupada stands there and then he takes darshan. For a long time he just prays. The day before that he says to the disciples in the room that I'll never fall into Maya, fall under Maya. I'll never be influenced by Maya. And then he stands there and prays. And then the disciples, next room conversation, they ask, you said you will never fall, for Maya, you will never fall under Maya. And what are you praying there? That's what I'm praying, that I don't ever fall. Please, Krishna, always never keep me, never put me down to Maya. Always keep me up in your, lotus feet, under your lotus feet. So that is the confidence of a pure devotee. That's the instruction, or that's the blessing of Krishna, and that's the confidence of pure devotee. So the beauty of relationship with the Lord and His pure devotees are that we also don't fall under bewilderment. And then then Prabhupada mentions in the purport about Brahma Vimohan Leela, where Lord Brahma gets bewildered. Then how is that? I mean, he says, my words are never false, my sense are never nothing, I'm totally fine. But then in 10th canto, he is like bewildered. And Prabhupada explains that bewilderment is bewilderment by internal potency, he says. Then when we think of it, there are situations where Krishna got bewildered, right? Where did Krishna get bewildered? There is a pastime where he gets bewildered. Aghasura pastime, he gets bewildered. And then there the description is, bewilderment of Krishna is his virtue. It is his qualities, it is his virtue, it is a beautiful ornament for him. When he gets bewildered, it's beauty. Damodar Leela, he gets bewildered with the stick running, like Mother Yashoda is having a stick in her hand, running behind Damodar. He gets bewildered, he starts crying and like almost weeping. That bewilderment is a beauty we celebrate a whole month. His bewilderment is always an ornament for him. That's not like a bewilderment that is like, not like that. It's a virtue. That's how it is said, it's a virtue. So that is Krishna's bewilderment. And we have different devotees get bewildered, right? One is Brahma. Who else can you think of who got bewildered? Indra, yeah, sure, yeah. We can keep him, yeah, that's good, yeah. Kunti Maharani gets, she vocalizes a bewilderment very nicely. Mother Yashoda, I don't know if she's bewildered. She's just not even thinking that this is somebody like great. Sees the universe. Yeah, then she has to go and sit in that Chintagaran Ghat too, Yeah, sure, yeah. Mother Yashoda. Arjuna gets bewildered. Who else gets bewildered? So many, everybody gets bewildered, but they don't feel ashamed of bewilderment because for them, the focus is Krishna is glorified. Because the pure devotees, when they get bewildered, they are not self-centered. Oh my God, I am a pure devotee, I'm acting like this. No, they are only thinking. Everybody is saying I'm a pure devotee. What will they think of me now when I fall like this? They are not thinking like that. They are thinking Krishna is really great. I can't understand him. That's how they are putting. I was thinking of Lord Shiva actually. That verse I want to pull up. 8:12:37. Lord Shiva gets bewildered by Mohini Murti, and then he speaks something very, very beautiful actually after his bewilderment. 1 second, I'll pull up. Meanwhile, we'll think about general populace condition, that we know, conditioned living entities bewilderment. What are some verses that you can remember from Bhagavad Gita about conditioned living entities bewilderment? Anything comes to your thoughts? Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. So, the conditioned soul is bewildered by the three modes of material nature. Prakrite Kriyamana. The conditioned soul is bewildered by false ego. Okay. And there is one more, 727, right? Icha Dvesha Samuttena Dvandva Mohena Bharata. In that, the conditioned soul is bewildered by the feelings of desire and hate. Right? Icha and Dvesha. And then there is also in description of any dualities are there that bewilders us. Heat, cold bewilders. Now snow comes, it's bewildering. Oh my God, I have to go to work. Snow, it's bewilderment. And then pain, pleasure, bewilderment. Oh, pleasure doesn't bewilder us. I mean, we are carried away. But pain bewilders. It bewilders in a different way. So pain bewilders. What did I do? I didn't do anything wrong to anybody. Why am I going through this? Bewilderment. And then honor, dishonor, bewilderment. How come? I've been practicing for so long. How are they speaking like this to me? Bewilderment, or why is it happening to me? Question. Basically, it's a bewilderment, right? So this whole thing of bewilderment is a big topic. And Krishna also gets bewildered. Pure devotees also get bewildered. We also, of course we also get bewildered, right? But there is a contrast in the quality and the reason and the result of bewilderment. Quality of bewilderment is we are drowned in our bewilderment. We are ashamed. We want to hide under the rug or in the closet. We never want to come out or something like that because it affects our identity. Right? That's why bewilderment is painful. But for pure devotees, they get bewildered and then they don't even see themselves in that bewilderment. They only see Krishna. Krishna must be really, wow, he is really amazing. He wants to bring out his potency, of supremacy. Therefore, they don't have any problem saying I'm a worm in the stool. And then write Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is very, so and then when Krishna gets bewildered, then Acharyas glorify that bewilderment as an ornament, as a virtue, right? So I want to just, 1 second, I'll pull this up. This is really beautiful. We have to read one quick thing about Lord Shiva getting bewildered. Yeah. I think this is the one. Maybe now. 8, what does it say? 8:12:37. Okay. Yeah. So when Lord Shiva gets bewildered by Mohini Murti, this is you see these words. Shiva was not agitated with guilt, thinking, what calamity! I, the Lord of great yoga, have been blinded by material enjoyment. He is not thinking with guilt. He is getting bewildered, but he is not guilty of his bewilderment, And he was without shame, since the Lord is his antaryami, witnessing everything. So, this is the punchline here. I cannot be bewildered by anyone, that's Lord Shiva. And bewilderment caused by my Lord is not a fault, but an ornament. He feels proud of his bewilderment. Proud in the sense is a nice way. He feels happy about his bewilderment. He feels happy about his bewilderment. So he says, without causing my bewilderment, how could one say my Lord has extraordinary power? That display of power nourishes the quality of bhakti in me. So when he gets bewildered, his bhakti gets nourished. That's the quality of the pure devotee getting bewildered. They feel a sweet exchange with Krishna when they get bewildered. Right? When there is such a contrast, when we just think of conditioned souls getting bewildered, it produces so many negative emotions and it actually distances one further from Krishna and the Sangha, so-called, right? If we are really truly seeking Krishna's Sangha, and if we are somewhat like thinking about devotees' Sangha, then that bewilderment should not distance us. It should bring us more closer. So here Lord Shiva is exemplifying that. He says, the bewilderment that I go through in my devotional service is an ornament, because I got bewildered, Krishna's power, Krishna's potency is more clearly visible. Now everybody knows that Krishna is my master. Just like Advaita Acharya always wanted this Lord Chaitanya to, show his supremacy over him. He would never show. And then once, I don't recollect the exact pastime, but Lord Chaitanya chastises somebody else. And then Advaita Acharya thinks, you are chastising him, he is so elevated, you are not chastising me. So he wants, so the bewilderment of a pure devotee is a glory to Krishna, and they feel sweet, they feel happy, they feel nourished. They are not sacrificing anything, because they are in their original state of happiness. They are not thinking, let me get bewildered so that Krishna's power will be, visible. No, it's natural for them. They feel like it's normal. We don't know what normal bewilderment is. That's normal bewilderment. That is normal bewilderment. But so that's the main essence that I am just putting out today about from this verse. That's what came very prominently to me. Bewilderment, the background of bewilderment, or reasons of bewilderment, quality of bewilderment, and result of the bewilderment. Difference between Krishna, pure devotee, and conditioned living entity. And the main thing that differentiates these three people, or at least the two, of the bewilderment is whether they are holding on to Krishna in their heart with great zeal or not. Punchline, right? Because Krishna is saying, again we'll just read this verse to wrap it up. Rishim adyam na badnati. Badnati means binding. Na badnati. You are adyam rishi. You are the original rishi or great rishi. You will never be bound. Na badnati. Papiyams tvam rajogunaha. Papi is the sinful rajoguna will not, papi, rajoguna is papiyam, we run with rajoguna at least 8 hours in a day, minimum. Minimum that is. And then it takes a while to wind down from rajo to tamo. To lie down on the bed and can't sleep because mind is activated by work or this or that. So it's like rajoguna is still active. And then morning we get up for maybe 30 minutes, we'll try to be in sattva. Because if we wake up right on time to work or right on time for service, then rajoguna starts immediately. You have to jump in the shower. There is no settling down happens, or there is no grounding that happens, right? So anyway, whatever we have, we can offer. It's not like, okay, I'm in mode of passion, I can't offer anything. Kapila Dev has solved that issue for us. We can always offer everything, and then we'll get cleansed. But anyway, so here Krishna is assuring, you are the Rishim Adyam, you will never be Badnati by the Papiyams Rajoguna, by the most sinful of the sinnest of thing, that is Rajoguna, the mode of passion. How? How can you be free from there? Yan mano mai nirbaddam. If you just keep me, compactly, you keep me. That's what the nirbaddam is, compact. Interesting word. So you just hold me in your heart. Even if you do, praja samsrijato apite. Because praja samsrijato needs mode of passion. So, and he is the supervisor for mode of passion. Our, Lord Brahma. So he says, you will not be bound. Even if you do all the things that require mode of passion to be active, you will not be bound. You will only use the mode of passion for your service, you will not be bound. It's like Prabhupada, He was active, he was, writing so many books, he was awake. This is transcendental, but we can just see that he can use the facilities in service, not be bound by it, not be bound by I wrote so many books, not be bound by the anything that the result or the activity. Nothing binds, right? So that's where we are. Text 35. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If anyone would like to share something, it is actually 8:05, but it's a holiday. So Lakshmikanta Prabhu is our, whatever he wants to. Should we do? Should we discuss? Yeah.
Every day there is a bewilderment for us, no matter what, because we are in this material world, planet Earth, and it is mostly passion and ignorance only. Every minute, every second, bewilderment is always there. As you said, Prabhupada is praying at least once a day. We have to pray every minute. Otherwise, there is no way we can come out. So I have a couple things thought about it. The lust, especially the passion, is more of lust here. And Acharyas say, come and have darshan. Especially look at the eyebrows of Lord Krishna. The lust will automatically come down. So that means we need to surrender to lotus feet of Krishna and look at the eyebrows of Krishna. And I remember one more, I was in Miami, staying there in 10 days with one of the devotees in the temple. One devotee goes to the bar and restaurant. There is one strip where there is a beach on the one side, the other side there is all bar and restaurants. He takes the kartal on his own and he goes to every, go inside, do the Hare Krishna Kirtan. So I was thinking, I accompanied him one couple days. He goes to people are drinking, people are doing all what nonsense. He goes, chants Hare Krishna, comes out. And it doesn't, nothing happens to him. Then he's regular. So I was thinking, in that scenario, he's chanting Hare Krishna and making them hear Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna is so powerful, as Prabhupada transformed all the hippies to happies. So I was just thinking about it. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. What Prabhu said just now reminded me of a BTG magazine cover. There was this devotee couple who were preaching in Las Vegas. They have made it their headquarters. Then what I originally thought of saying is, Yudhishthira Maharaj is bewildered watching Shishupal's soul enter into the body of Krishna. And he's asking, how is it possible? How is it possible? He was full of blasphemy. And then Narada Muni, in so many verses, instructs him how the Lord is never touched by any sentiment of hate or anything. Even this Shishupal or Hiranyakashipu, they may be always wanting to agitated in wanting to kill him and all that. But the Lord is least, they are not only because they are pure devotees of His, that is His, for Him it doesn't make any difference. Glorification from a pure devotee or blasphemy from a lost soul. But all the same, Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, I will cast him into so many material wombs so that it will be difficult for him to, never be possible for him to come back to me. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mathaji, for this bewilderment class. It's very nice the way you have brought out the 3 levels of bewilderment. I'm just thinking as you're speaking, it's true, our appearance of bewilderment is very different, but probably because, as you're explaining, because we are in the different, external potency, that's kind of covering us. So when we think of the pure devotees' bewilderment, they're actually going closer to Krishna. Because it's actually, I'm not complaining Krishna, but it's in a sense Krishna's pastimes or Yoga Maya's thing. But for our case, Krishna is not putting his own bewilderment. We are kind of, because of our own thing. So I just want to hear a little bit, is it just with this purification process we would go there one day and, experience a different.
Okay, so what I understood from your question is that pure devotees are under internal potency. So in one way it is like Krishna's pastime. So their bewilderment is not their bewilderment, it's Krishna's doing it. And then our bewilderment is ours, Krishna doesn't even care. Kind of, so something like that. So the thought that's coming is that bewilderment is common. Let's keep the bewilderment as a common thing for both. But the response to the bewilderment is a choice. The response to the bewilderment, the pure devotee, the Krishna is not going inside their mind and telling them, you must, then there is no choice. There is no free will choice. So they're also making a choice to use their bewilderment to glorify Krishna. The choice that one makes to respond to the bewilderment makes them closer or further from Krishna or from the pure devotees, so to speak. Yes, we are bewildered by Mahamaya. Yes. But then in a bigger sense, Mahamaya also is energy of Krishna. So if we start glorifying Krishna, then the shift will start happening, that we will become bewildered only by internal potency.
So you don't have to necessarily wait until bright one morning.
Bright one morning, I don't know if there is a bright one morning. I feel like bright many mornings. Maybe it's a cloudy day, there is some sun, there is next day there is a little bit more sun, and maybe finally we are in Prema Bhakti, that is, what is the verse? Prema Suryamshu Samya Bhak. Because Prema Bhakti is a full manifestation of sun, right? Nectar of devotion. But there is a movement towards that. The movement is the choices we make. Even now, that's what matters actually. That's my understanding. The movement is the choice we make towards Krishna. That's the only expression we can show that I mean it. I do want to serve you. Yes, I'm getting bewildered every day in the morning, every day in the afternoon, or every day, whatever, whenever I can even identify, So, but even if I'm bewildered, I'm going through whatever, I feel distanced, whatever it is, I keep coming because it is my expression that I mean it. We'll have to say multiple times, I mean it, not because he doesn't hear, because to even become convinced ourselves fully. He is hearing every time. Maybe he is ready in the first go. But just to really put our heart completely in there. Otherwise, okay, today I say I mean it, and then 2 days after he awards, and then we say, no, actually I didn't mean this way. I thought I will just remain here in material world and be happy. That's what I meant, I'm sorry. I didn't mean really to serve you, okay, I'm sorry. That can't. So to make the shift, we have to keep saying yes, despite our bewilderments, as an expression of affection. At this level, our expression of affection possibly could be just coming back repeatedly. That may be the only expression of affection for us. That's great. Yeah. Hare Krishna. That's probably the only devotional service that we need to do. Yeah. You want to say something?
No, I just, the appreciation for this verse. Krishna is telling, you are the original Rishi and you are not going to be bound, na badnanti. And Krishna also tells in the 3rd chapter Bhagavad Gita, karma bandhanat, muchyante sarva kilbishai. And muchyante sarva kilbishai is when you offer it to yajna shishtashnanto santo. So here Lord Brahma is the greatest personality in the universe, and then he is the original sage. He is confirming the same thing, but in a deeper way, because this Rajoguna is vicious, papiyans, tvam Rajoguna, and moreover, you're engaged in creating the praja, so it's a default. But Krishna is telling, because you have put your mind, I'm appreciating the word nirbandhana. Nirbandhana Prabhupada says compact, but bandhana is bound or encroach, like that. Nirbandhana is like stronger binding, basically, compacting. You're really strongly binding your mind to Mayi, to Krishna. Then although you are doing the praja samsrajyatopi, then the mode of passion cannot bind you. So just appreciation. Of course, you went through nice detail of 3 levels of devotees. Here basically that's the thing, like Krishna is starting with whatever you do, don't just put in your mouth, offer it to me first. And then further levels. The same thing here, whatever you're doing, you're putting you have a strong attachment to me. So even though it is very vicious and it's, and it's bound to be, but you're not going to be bound to be because you really captivated your mind on me. So that kind of answers for me many things. My mother always asks me, don't you do any practical thing? You just depend on Krishna, things will happen like that. And this time I told, you read the 4th canto, 8th chapter, that's what Mother Parvati is telling. You don't know the power of us. She was telling to Daksha, you don't know the power of us. We just, by desiring, we get the things done. So.
I was just wondering, when Lord Shiva got bewildered, it's not Mahamaya because his wife is Maya. And then what bewilders him is the Yoga Maya, probably. But the way he acts is completely into Mahamaya. So Yoga Maya, in spite, it is not Mahamaya, but Yoga Maya, but the way he behaves is completely Maya. Completely Maya. And then, of course, Haridas Thakur, the prostitute, came. He was not even bewildered.
Devotees online, if you would like to speak up, we can just unmute and speak.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Can you hear me, Mata?
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Mataji, wonderful class. So just a comment. When you say bewilderment, the conditioned soul or the living entity is born. When he is born, there's bewilderment. It starts there, crying. And when he dies, again bewilderment. There's shock. Hey, what did I do? Why am I dying? All of this. And in between, it's always bewilderment. So, if you so much look at the English language itself, by default, I'm going to do something. So the word default itself, I didn't know default would be a choice, so we have made it so much we have accepted it so much that bewilderment is okay for us. So it's just a comment, if you want to elaborate on it, please, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. 1 second. Yeah. So, what you said is correct. 727, Krishna says, Icha Dvesha Samuttena, right? He says that the not devotees, I'm sorry, the living entities are born into delusion because of desire and hate, being bewildered by desire and hate. So, born into delusion. Actually, that's true, that when we are born in this material world, we are born into delusion, so we are bewildered. But after that, the choice is always ours. Even though it looks like default, the choice after that is what the choice we make after the birth. That determines whether we are going to be bewildered when we are dying or not. Death does not have to be bewildered. Death is not bewildering for a pure devotee. Because the choices they have made to respond to the conditioned life's bewilderment has brought them closer to Krishna. So when death arrives, they step on the head of death personified and board the plane. So there is no bewilderment. Maybe the god of death becomes bewildered. What are they doing? Stepping on my head, So, yes, conditioned living entity, when we are born born into, with bewilderment. But that's not why we are crying. There are multiple reasons for crying. But anyway, but then after that, choices we make determines whether we are going to be bewildered at death or not. That's the thought I have after hearing your comment. But yes, when you say that everything looks like default, it is bewildering. But we have to come out of the conveyor belt. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Anything else? Anybody online? Okay. All right, so I think we are done. Okay, thank you. What was the highlight for me strongly is the word compact. That was the highlight for me. Nirbaddam is translated as compact. That's the highlight. And then the connection between this verse and the second canto, what Lord Brahma says, That was the second highlight, that he is very confidently saying, my words are not false, my mind is not false, my actions are not false, I'm infallible because I hold the Lord in my heart with great zeal. So same thing only Krishna is saying and Brahma is also saying. The recipient is saying the same thing, the giver is saying the same thing. So there is actually a perfect connection between them. Therefore he is our Acharya, Lord Brahma. That's the highlight. That there is no disconnect between what Krishna is saying and what Lord Brahma is saying. So that was such a nice, perfect spiritual master Lord Brahma is. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.